Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now April 27th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that Bob Chapek and Bob Iger are really trying to work things out in order to really evolve the franchise. They realize that the Skywalker saga really is the glue of the Star Wars franchise. It really is what really sells it to fans around the world. Now, the Skywalkers like Luke, Anakin, Ben Solo, Leia, you name it, are all the core Skywalker characters, and they will be introducing more Skywalkers in the mix for this new Star Wars universe that's really going to really give us a better view of different eras that take place before the prequels and after the sequel trilogy era. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that Chapek and Iger are working together as a team in order to really evolve the franchise. Basically, what they want to do is they really want to give us a different take on Star Wars. They want to head Star Wars into a better direction, pretty much bringing us to a light at the end of the tunnel. Now, granted, Kathleen Kennedy no longer has creative control over any of the existing Star Wars projects except for one that is going to be the all-female-led Star Wars TV series on Disney Plus, being created by LESLYE, HEADLAND. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars, though, is that the new universe is going to be very expansive and is going to be far larger than the old one that we got back in the 1990s and the early 2000s. Now, with that being said, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. Both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are said to be working together as a team in order to create a better future for the Star Wars brand, and that Disney wants to make Star Wars more successful than the MCU. Now, it's noted that one of the major plans by Chapek and Iger is to create numerous retcons from many of the fan-favorite characters, one of which being beloved character Luke Skywalker, where it's explained that one, of course, that will be used for some of ideas and concepts from Star Wars Legends that will be revived is, of course, Lucaswell's abandoned ideas and concepts from deleted scenes from The Rise of Skywalker and the original scripts by Colin Trevorrow as well. Now, it's noted that one of the major retcons for Luke Skywalker will involve the fact that Luke Skywalker used the power of the Wills, who are godlike creatures of the Star Wars universe, and created the entire galaxy in order to use his Force projection technique during the events of The Last Jedi. This technique was said to have been learned from Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost during his time in the Netherworld of the Force, which he passed on to his son Luke during his time on Ahch-To. Not just that, but one major aspect of restarting aspects of Luke Skywalker is that they will be introducing Luke's son at some point in time in the new expanded universe before the events of The Force Awakens, where another change for Luke Skywalker will be that also he knew the power to come back to life during the events of Episode 9 and did not use it. Another power created by the Wills that Luke would be able to use one time that is going to be used in the post-Episode 9 animated TV series that is considered a sequel to The Rise of Skywalker. Luke's appearance and design in the series will also be going under a major change for the Star Wars fans to see a different and even older and wiser version of Luke. So, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that we can see that all these different retcons are being done in a desperate attempt, at least I believe. I don't think it's necessarily genuine. I think that this is a desperate attempt by Disney to really patch things together, to really, pretty much fix the potholes in the road here to give us a better road, a better path, if you will, to Star Wars. That's exactly what it seems like. So, when we look at everything related to Luke, obviously these changes that are linking him to the knowledge of the Wills and the power of the Wills, I will admit, it's pretty cool. It's pretty intriguing to me, at least, because that's what they wanted to do with The Rise of Skywalker. They wanted to originally implement the Wills into the story that are now, by the way, in case you guys did not know, the Wills are going to have a big influence on the fourth Star Wars trilogy, the new Star Wars movies, if you will, the new series of films. The Wills are going to have a big impact on those movies because we're going to be dealing more with the Force, the Jedi, the Sith, new Dark Side warriors. I mean, the list goes on. So, when we look at the mythology of Star Wars, everything ranging from Star Wars Legends and how they're trying to bring back Luke's son in a different light. In the new expanded universe, we talked about this lightly a couple of weeks ago, that is a big plan by Lucasfilm, is to introduce Luke Skywalker's son and the tragedy of his son and exactly what happened to him before the events of The Force Awakens. That to me sounds interesting. The only thing that I do disagree with is that why does it necessarily have to be the tragedy of Luke's son? Why does his son have to die? Well, I guess it has something to do with the fact that, well, there's no presence or mention of Luke's son in the movies, and they kind of want to make things make sense for the films as well. I mean, they really could make a major retcon to the point where the films don't even need to matter, but I guess it does matter in Disney's eyes. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.